When I lost my job, I was devastated. I was broke. I was get feel like feel human in the world. Being fired was over in a flash. There was an email and a couple weeks ago. I have paid into my bank account the most when I feel my mind got disaster when my marriage collapsed over 5 months. That followed, and soon after my house was repossessed. Yes, now you are with me. So pull up your blanket and I will make sure you will get scared and you will get nightmare when you watch this story. Meet me. I'm Freddy Noor and this is Creepypasta Storytime. Growing up in Korean living on the upper floors of an apartment blocks was give me lost aspiration. Here in Perth, on the outskirts of a cold brown city, it was very different. For a start, it was called a tower block, not an apartment block. The tower like something out of medieval times. It wasn't surrounded by a moat. Instead, rubble and broken glass and dark so dirty littered the ground all around there being other tower blocks. Why I move and living here inside my mind. Clustered here once I would seen them on an old photographs in the public parking car. I loved so much the parking car when I was still with my ex. A car park is a good place for me to look. A car park is a good place for me to get healed. Nice place to cool off after a debate with my ex. I love books. I love to read and always carry books in my car. I take out book inside my bag. Horror books, especially zombies, werewolves, and also the vampire books. Yes, the most I like it's the vampires book story. Yes, they were my favorite. That had been 10 years ago, and now I was going to the parking car to keep my body warm. It's cold outside. Yes, it's too cold outside, and I want to be alone first and alone again. Without a car, I had to rely on bosses that rarely turned up to get there. I had no money on my own. I lost everything. I grabbed my phone and make post to sell my kidney to pay my debt. I thought things could not get any worse. But then life dealt me a new card. I received a letter telling my dad my claim for unemployment benefits was being suspended. I feel so sad. I feel so mad. Oh my god, this is crazy, and I got to do anything. I was desperate and anger, and I needed to get drunk. Then after that I could think that far ahead. On the next day, I wake up on 9 p.m. It's so better if I buy some whiskey on the market near my apartment. Someone had vomited on the floor while I would been out. I stepped around it and pressed the button for the elevator. I'm a little bit get scared. The creepy moment. It was so freak. The elevator stank and was painfully slow, but it was better than I used there. After an infuriating, yes, after an infuriating wait, the elevator doors opened and I stepped into the urine-soaked embrace. This is so embarrassing. Who people did it? I pressed and the elevator doors closed. When elevator rattled and began to move downwards, hellfire, it was taking me to the basement. I would never been to the basement. Why would I? There was nothing down there that I knew of. It was just silent space. It was just dark space. My face slumped and I unopened whiskey bottle in its white plastic bags in my hands. I did spend walk back from the shop waiting to open it and take a swig, but something had stopped me. It's seven strangers embossed me, yet I ignored them. I tried to walk away, but they kept following me. I tried to escape and run, entered the elevator, ran down the corridor, and entered to my apartment room. What a creepy apartment neighborhood. The another way, the another day, when I was walked back after grabbed some food, I walked into my apartment. I tried to pull button but couldn't. I decide to walk. I decide to walk to use a emergency stair. When I heard a noise just below me, just below on the stair, I keep walking with hurry. Something lowered down the stairwell. I remember a few days ago, I had a meet with teenagers. They all carried knives. I've seen a program about that on TV. Either way, I did not want them catching up with me. And the noise was getting louder. I swore to myself and hurry up to the race. Hurry up the race of the stairs to the next floor. I tried not to make any sound, but I could not stop myself gasping because of the next exertions as I barged out the door which led onto the five-floor corridor. I was trying to find a place to hide and tried to be still while holding my breath. I just tried to keep silent and be quiet. My neighbors once told me. My neighbors once told me to move out of the apartment immediately. It was too dangerous for me. A lot of his abductions and victims are women, and I don't want that to happen to me. No matter how hard and smart I try to avoid, one day I will have a bad day, and a bad day since I moved into this my apartment. In the morning, in several weeks, in several next weeks, when I want to go to work, I meet a stranger in an elevator. He threatened me with a knife. I had to follow his every command. I had to follow his instructions. He only asked me to accompany and be with him for a moment in the fire escape room. To be with him for a moment in the stair of fire emergency stair. He slowly took off his shirt and pants. Of the fear I endured, I had to do that nasty thing. His hand started squeezing so tight my arm and my head. I could tell he was gonna come out. I courageously puts him down from the fire stair for from the fire emergency stair, and the man was fell from a height of 30 floors. No one noticed the what happened that on the next day. No CCTV footage of the building, and some of the condos and some of the corridors apartment in the building were completely empty because it was hardly adequate to live in. A little later, my neighbor called my name. My neighbor called my name and asked if I was alright. My neighbor found out what happened. My neighbor saw everything that happened. She wanted to help me, but she also felt the fear. She also felt scared of having experienced and become a victim of abuse. She's trying to calm me down and give me a little solutions. She was give me advice. She suggested bringing a man's body into the trunk of his car. Bring a man's body into the trunk of his car. My neighbor very sure in the car parking lot and basement didn't have CCTV. I lift the guy's body. I lift the man's body into the trunk of my car. I cleaned all the tracks. I cleaned all the tracks and carried the man's body out of the town. I was so relieved, and my neighbor looks so happy. After we threw the man's body into a swamp full of hungry alligators. Okay, this is a creepypasta story time about my apartment has someone horrifying stranger, and I hope you feel scared now because I love it. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share Put your some comments positive inside the video comment section, and see you on the next video. Bye.